Welcome into Minnesota Vikings Now. I am Tom Downey. We have the latest Vikings news and rumors, a heavy free agency focus with the start of NFL free agency just a few days away. And one current Viking could be joining the list of available free agents. It is Adam Thielen, which should not surprise anyone. The report from this morning from Adam Schefter says there's a real possibility that the Vikings and Adam Thielen will part ways in the coming days, allowing the two-time Pro Bowl wide receiver to become a free agent. The two sides will talk in the coming days, but his time in Minnesota could be coming to an end. Those of you who are just straight up Vikings fans, whether you're subscribed or not, you know this has been a very real possibility for Minnesota. This is not exactly breaking news, but it is noteworthy when Schefter sends something out like that. The two sides could continue to work out a deal, but at minimum, I would not be surprised if Thielen tests free agency. Maybe there's even a scenario where Thielen gets released, he looks at the market isn't great, and he ends up coming back to Minnesota. Although the receiving core this year for free agents is not very good. It is a rough batch of free agent wideouts this year. Thielen, even in the declining campaign and career, I think would still be one of the better ones. But something has to change with his contract. 19-point significant money salary cap hit. That can't stay the same. We're approaching $20 million here, folks. That's not going to stay the same. Save 6.4 pre-June 1st. You save $14 million after that time frame. It's a lot of money to potentially save, and that's with trade or a release, but probably end up being a cut there. So prediction time. Will Adam Thielen return to the Minnesota Vikings? Y for yes, N for no. You guys can vote for me in the comments section. I myself, he takes a pay cut, and that could come in a form of a sneaky extension of like they extend him, they guarantee his base salary. He doesn't actually get that much new money, kind of a backloaded deal, but he gets some guaranteed and keeps him around longer, or it's straight pay cut, or he ends up getting released when it's all said and done. Thielen's numbers have simply not been what it needs to be. It has been a regression over the past couple of years. And still a good red zone threat, still going to be a possession body, but you're not $14 million in savings maximum for a guy that has not had a 1,000-yard season in a long time. And it's fair to wonder at his age, how much does he really have left? I think a cut's going to happen here. If you do move on from Thielen, got Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne, and receiver does become a significant need at that point for this Vikings organization. You're going to pay Jefferson, rough numbers here, all of the money, which is totally worth it, but you still want somebody, even with TJ Hawkinson, you want a better number two, whether that comes in free agency, maybe dark horse first-round pick, third-round pick. I think a drafting of a wide receiver is quite likely at some point this year for Minnesota. Speaking of the draft, did you know we have launched a new NFL Draft YouTube channel here at Chat Sports? I want as many Vikings fans over there as humanly possible, so go subscribe. YouTube.com/ChatNFL. We'll have specific team content put up there. We'll also put just some general NFL Draft coverage there too. If you love the NFL Draft, go subscribe. YouTube.com/ChatNFL. It'll be the pinned comment, the link to that channel of today's video. Back to free agency here. Jonathan Jones, the cornerback, who has spent some time overlapping in the past with Brian Flores. Wasn't a significant amount of time, but he did spend a year when Flores was the linebackers coach before he ended up getting promoted there. Both ESPN and Bleacher Report have specified Jones, whether it's the ideal or top free agent target for the Vikings this offseason, and I'm on board with that. Look, corner is clearly a significant need. Now, we'll see how the Vikings choose to operate in free agency. It's a logical fit from a need perspective, a familiarity perspective, which should make it a scheme fit too, if the money is right. The corner class isn't the best. It's Jamel Dean, it's James Bradbury, so maybe Jones is third on that list. We saw J.C. Jackson not get as much as I thought he was going to in the open market. The Chargers gave him $16.5 million. I think Jackson's better than Jones. Not a slight against Jones, just who they are as players. So I would anticipate maybe $15 million maximum in that range for Jones. Who knows? NFL free agency, weird things tend to happen. If you can make the money work, he's a plug-and-play starter when you need at minimum one new starter and potentially two. Patrick Peterson, Duke Shelley are both free agents. I want to bring back Duke Shelley in particular, but I do worry about the limited sample size of provenness that you're going to be in a spot there. So Shelley is maybe he's your 4 ideally, but if you can make him your 3, you're okay there. Banking on Andrew Booth, you need somebody else in that cornerback room. Jones would kind of really help solidify it. Another free agent name here is coming, but first, I want you guys to name a free agent who you want to sign. The Daron Payne dreams are dead, etc. Name a free agent who you guys want to add this offseason in the comment section. A maybe dark horse name is one Byron Jones. The Dolphins are going to cut Byron Jones once the league year starts. They're doing the post-June 1st cut. You can't actually do that until March 15th, once that new league year begins. You can't spend their savings either, but he'll be a free agent. And of course, Byron Jones was a big acquisition by Miami when Brian Flores was their head coach. The Howard Jones duo asked a lot of their corners, a lot of man-to-man coverage, putting them in tough spots. The numbers aren't as great, but Jones did a good job as a cover man up until this year, where he was not recovered from an off-season surgery, the Achilles. He's made comments about maybe retiring when it's all, or about his not being able to play, which people thought was retirement statement. I kind of thought it was too. Jones's body really failed him last year. He called out the Dolphins medical staff. I don't know if he can play, period. But the only way to find out is to see what the medical looks like, right? So pick a corner. We'll go more in depth here on Byron Jones. JJ for Jonathan Jones, or BJ for Byron Jones. Pick a corner, last name Jones, in the comment section. I even gave you guys a BJ comment. Go figure, right? I really don't know in the end if Byron Jones can still play football. If he does and can still play, I think it's cheap, one-year signing, little to no guaranteed money, knows the defensive scheme, a good buy low candidate at the cornerback position. But that Achilles recovery did not go very well. He was unhappy with Dolphins medical staff. He's been a key member of some NFLPA conversations overall. Byron Jones' numbers last time we saw him in 2021 were okay. Again, the Dolphins, got to remember what teams are asking of their corners, because Byron Jones was consistently put on an island. That's why the yards are high, because there's not always safety help to stop a 20-yard gain from becoming 40 yards or more there. He's never been a playmaker on the football. He's always been more of the don't allow catches than the allow catches but make big plays. That's why he and Xavier Howard were a great pairing. Byron helped shut down guys, not allowing that many players to get open. When they did, it was sometimes a big play. That's a red flag. Forcing balls toward Xavier Howard. Howard gets all the interceptions. They made him a great 1-2 punch there in Miami for a team that played a ton of cover 0, cover 1. If Byron Jones is healthy, I have interest. I have no idea if he's actually going to be healthy this upcoming year. Only way to find out is to investigate and go look into it. One note before we go, if you are subscribed, type in FGB in the comments section. I don't know about you guys, I can't wait to play Jordan Love this year.